What's up guys, Colby Cheese here with a video on Diablo 3. It's been a while since I've actually made a Diablo 3 video as I've been playing a lot of Path of Exile. However, I wanted to go ahead and do an update now that Reaper of Souls is out. I give it a whole day of playtime, and I wanted to, check it out and kind of just get a whole feel for what's been changed. Now, literally, I have not played Diablo 3 since around the first month of release, when the game, in my opinion, was kind of bad in the end game. I've always enjoyed my playthrough of Diablo. Everyone always hates on it, and I understand why. But I wanted to give it a shot and see what all has been changed. So here are my thoughts. You'll see me actually fighting the final boss of the game, Alphael. Don't worry, it's not really any spoilers or anything like that. He's just a fun little boss fight. I'm actually doing something right now called a bounty. And bounty is a new thing they added in adventure mode. Before, once you got to the end of the game, there was really nothing to do other than just like keep replaying the storyline or do, just go farm random zones. And I didn't really enjoy that too much. Now they've actually added a proper end game to the game called adventure mode, where you essentially, let me jump into it and I'll show you here now that I've destroyed Malthael. Adventure mode will allow you to open up any of the acts and you get some bounties. Now there are two bonus zones always, so I'm going to do West March. This is the new act. Might as well do this since I am showing you the new content. Alright, so all these little exclamation points are different areas where I'll go complete one of 5 bounties. Once I complete all 5 bounties, I get a larger reward. So let's go ahead and jump in here. And essentially this one says, okay, I got to kill 100 enemies in this area, as well as one unique or rare boss. And so we'll go run through that. Let me change around some abilities. This is going to allow me to run faster every time I get hit. So essentially what I've been doing personally is I'll just toss the game on like the lowest difficulty, so I'm playing on normal, and I'll try and run through these bounties as fast as possible. That way I can gather up these rift stones, which I'll show you in a second. And so I'll just run through the zone, and obviously I'm killing everything very nicely. The new Loot 2.0 system is really nice. You actually get a lot of drops tailored to your class, so rather than getting a lot of barbarian drops or something like that, I'm going to get pretty much most of the gear I get is going to have intelligence and vitality on it. And I'm going to get most of my legendaries are going to be geared towards a witch. Every once in a while you'll get something that's not necessarily specific to you, but and so I say witch, I mean wizard, but too much Path of Exile obviously here, but anyways, yeah, I'll just run through here and I'll get lots of loot very quickly. It's very fast to grab all the stuff that you need and complete these bounties whenever you are just playing it on normal and getting through here. So once I get to the very end and I've completed all of the bounties, you get to go turn in those to Tyrael. He'll give you a box, and he was like, thank you for completing these bounties. Now go to another act and do them in the other act. But yeah, he'll give you this little box, which just drops out a crap load of loot. Boop, there you go, bounty complete. It's called the Horadric Cache, and it gives you a little bit of XP gold as well. And we'll open that up and boop, 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 boop. Just a big loot explosion. You'll see a bunch of blood shards popping out there as well. And these blood shards are actually really cool. It's kind of like a way to gamble in the game. So you'll use these blood shards to essentially have a chance at getting either a legendary or unique or rare item. Now I actually got my orb, that little eyeball you're seeing right there is the Oculus. And I actually got that by doing this gambling thing. So let's jump over here and talk to the merchant who sells them. So mystery weapon, you see 15 blood shards. I'm going to go ahead and buy 2 of them. Doesn't look like I got a single upgrade. I'm trying to get a legendary weapon to make my DPS go even higher. But anyways, that is what I am up to right now. Now, once you've got enough rift stones, you're going to click on this little pillar, opens up a portal, throws you into this random zone, and this is essentially Diablo 3's version of in-game maps. So I'll go ahead and raise up my difficulty. Now, if you raise up the difficulty, you'll actually get like double blood shard drops. If you're playing on a torment level, you can actually get more legendaries, and you can get imperial gems, which are really high level gems. So overall, you can just get much more increased amount of loot potential if you have the DPS and the survivability to actually run these zones on this level. I'm actually running mine on, I think, expert or master or something like that. I'm not quite ready for torment yet, as my DPS needs a little bit more gear, so I'm not sure. I know that I saw another guy running torment 6 already after the first day. So I mean, you can obviously get gear very quickly if you're running this fast enough, but he's He's at like 850,000 DPS, which is crazy. I'm at around, I think like 400,000 at the moment, and it's slowly going up as I optimize my gear the way that I want it. So I'll just run through here, and pretty much the way this works is there's this like huge zone. If you get to the very end, you'll click on a doorway, and it'll send you to just like another randomized zone. And there's this little red bar on the right side. You got to fill that up by just killing everything you can possibly find. And once you kill enough minions, you'll spawn a unique boss. So let's go ahead and jump over to that. So here I am. Bar's getting really close, and I'm about to spawn that boss. So after, sometimes you'll spawn a boss while you're fighting another rare mob, and that can be a little bit scary and dangerous, especially if what you're fighting is, gelling you or walling you in or something like that. But either way, this one seems pretty safe. So I'm going to go ahead and clear off the rest of these mobs, and I'll be changing around one of my abilities. I can show you the new black hole that the wizard has, so let me just do that. I've been using teleport just because my Oculus gives me greatly reduced cooldown on it, and I like to just have that mobility. But black hole is really nice. I'm going to go ahead and click on Event Horizon. What that does is it can actually suck up projectiles and suck up those walls that a lot of unique mobs will have on their they'll gel you and wall you in and throw down arcane stuff, and black hole sucks that up. Also, it will gather up minions into a small little area. It doesn't seem like this guy does anything crazy. He just puts down that poison cloud. So this is like that boss from Act 3, and so we're gonna go ahead and just run around the room and try and take him out. And you'll see I'm just shooting out the little icy orb stuff. I like using this ability. It reminds me of the one from Diablo 2, and so we're just gonna get taken down. It doesn't seem like he does anything too crazy. Just a lot of degen effect in the area. I think I'm okay. I actually used the Templar to, as you can see, he just healed me up. The Templar just keeps me healed up very nicely, so I don't have to worry too much about my life just draining out too fast or whatever. So we'll take this guy down, and what happens is he drops quite a bit of items whenever he dies. You'll see right about now. Nope. Now. There we go. And boom! Loot explosion. Let's go ahead and pick up all this stuff. He always drops like a little legendary crafting materials. Okay, I don't even have room to pick everything up. So as you can see, lots of good stuff. And, ooh, a flawless royal topaz. So I'll be back to pick that up. I'm going to go to town and craft some stuff. So let me go ahead and show you the new crafting lady. So there's this enchantress now. This is how you get your in-game gear. If you have a stat on one of your armor pieces that you don't currently like, you can go ahead and throw this in here. Well, also you can do the transmog, which is really cool. So you can change the look of a lot of your items. You can make them look like any other item in the game. If you find a legendary, then that adds to your transmog list, and you can do that as well. But anyways, let's just take a look here. So if I put this chest in here, I can change any of these stats, and it takes obviously like a little bit of resource cost to change it around. So this one, I don't ever use Blizzard, so I'm like, all right, let's change the Blizzard. Let's go ahead and change that stat. Once you change the stat, that's the only stat you can change. You have to use those resources. It's going to give you 3 options, and I can either increase Blizzard damage again, or I can go back and let's go ahead and give myself more life. That raises my toughness level by quite a bit, so let's do that. And you can change it again after you've already changed it, but you can only change that same stat again, so it's going to give you another 3 options, and eventually you can get something that perhaps you like. So this is a way to really optimize your gear. No longer can you trade. They closed down the auction house, so it's all self-found from this point on, and it's all about just crafting yourself gear and doing these things, and doing the gambling to find your gear, and just running through and killing stuff very quickly. So that is the end game. I actually enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Probably not going to be playing it near as much as Path of Exile, but it is quite enjoyable as of now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed my little look at Diablo 3. I know a lot of you guys were asking me if it's worth the money. I'd say if you get a week worth of playtime out of the game, or even half that maybe, it's probably worth your time. I'd say go ahead and pick it up if you even remotely enjoyed Diablo 3 at all. I think you will enjoy it. I enjoyed it. I'll probably play it from time to time, maybe like an hour or so here and there whenever I log off of Path of Exile one day. Who knows? But that's it for now. I'll see you guys on the stream, twitch.tv/KolbyCheese. Peace out, guys.